Welcome back to the second video of the experiment sampling and reconstruction trainer. In previous video, we have discussed briefly the theoretical requirements to understand this experiment. As per our discussion, we have four major parts in our trainer. The first part, sampling frequency selection circuit, which generate various sampling frequencies and modulating frequency or the information frequency. The second is the duty cycle control circuit, where we can change the width of the pulse. The third is the sampler and sample and hold amplifier, and the fourth is a reconstruction filter, second order and fourth order. In this video, we will talk about this section, that is sampling frequency and selection circuit. As we know, the high frequency oscillators are highly stable like crystal oscillator. So initially we will generate one high frequency using crystal oscillator. So if you see this is a very high frequency which is generated, and as per our requirement we will subsequently divide our frequencies. So first we'll divide this frequency by 10. So when we see this frequency which is divided by 10, which is nearby 640 kilohertz, and if we see divide by 10 function, then we can see in the dual mode, in one channel we will set our oscillator output, and in another channel we will set our divide by 10 output. So here clearly it is observed that when 10 cycle of my crystal oscillator or oscillator circuit finished, there will be one cycle of my divide by 10 network is finished. So this is frequency divide by 10. Now to experiment various frequencies, we must have various sampling frequency, as we will use 1 kilohertz as our original frequency to check Nyquist criteria, that is Fs greater than equal to twice Fm. So if I take Fm equal to 1 kilohertz, a multiple of 2, that is 2 kilohertz, so I should choose sampling frequency greater than equal to 2 kilohertz. So in this setup we are able to generate sampling frequency 2, 4, 8, 16 and 32 kilohertz. So in order to have this sampling frequency, we will use the concept of binary counter. I would like to remind, when you had studied about digital electronics, I am sure that you had read somewhere the binary counter will also use for the frequency divider. In each phase or each step of binary counter, the frequency is divided by 2. So here we have 640 kilohertz, and when we see the first one, that is 320 kilohertz, that is exactly division of 2, then 160, that is a 4 cycle per cycle, then 80, then 40 and 20. So in this section we are able to generate 20, 40, 80, 160 and 320. In further second block we will divide this frequency by 10 to get our requirement, that is 2, 4, 8, 16 and 32. So the second application of digital electronics the student can understand here is multiplexer. So we know the multiplexer. Here we will use 8x1 multiplexer, in which we must have 8 input, and at a time there will be one output we can get. To select the input we should have the selector circuit switch S0, S1, S2, and by selecting particular option our input will be available at the output point. So here let us experiment this. What should be the selector switch for this particular inputs? So there is one trigger switch. Once I press, this is a counter which will be increment by 1. Now if you are able to see, we are having only 5 frequencies and we are having 8x1 multiplexer. So we should use the counter which should have the 5 stage. So it will be reset after 0 to 4. So let's start with this calculation. if we see at this 20 kilohertz, what will be the position of selector switch? We will use our multimeter into the digital DC mode to understand the 0, 0, 1 options. So in this position, when we are having a 20 kilohertz selection at the output, I would like to show you the output is 20 kilohertz. So we have selected the option of 20 kilohertz and we are interested to measure the position of selector switch. So I will use the multimeter and DC volt. So we will consider 5 volt equivalent to 1 and 0 volt equivalent to 0. So if you see these options, this one reflects 0, pin number 16 reflects 0, pin number 17 reflects 5 volt. So for 20 kilohertz, we are having option 0, 0, 1. For 40 kilohertz, our waveform on CRO you can able to see right now the 40 kilohertz output is available. So for the 40 kilohertz, what will be the selector switch? So let us see 0, 1, 0. So the counter increment by 1, so it shows 0, 1, 0. Next, if we select 80 kilohertz and related selector positions 0, 1, 1, fine. So for 80 kilohertz the counter is increment by 1, so which represent 0, 1, 1. Next is 160. For 160 kilohertz, what will be your guess? Pause the video for a second and guess the selector switch. Let us see. So 1, 0, 0. Right, so your guess is correct. It's a 1, 0, 0. Next is 320. Now for 320, we can wait some time to see the waveform on CRO. Yes, it's a 320 kilohertz. By looking towards this table, what should be the next position of selector switch? It should be 101 or it should be 000. Yes, it's a 5-stage counter, so it should be reset to 0. I wish you also guess the same. So let us see. 0, 0, 0. Yes, so for 320, it set to 0, 0, 0. So this is how our one of the frequency we can select 20, 40, 80, 160 or 320, which will be further divided by 10 in the next block, and we will get our sampling frequency 2, 4, 8, 16 and 32. One more thing left in this block, that will be the last point for this block and video. What it is? We also need our original signal which we will sample. So here further this counter divided by 2 will take the 10 kilohertz. Here we are having 10 kilohertz square wave. If we set auto mode, it will be fit to our window. Now we are able to see 1 kilohertz square wave. this 1 kilohertz square wave, sorry, I should apologize, it is a 10 kilohertz. Now there is a 1 divided by 10 network, and we'll see in dual mode. This divide by 10 network will divide this frequency by 10, and we would like to use dual mode, where we can see our signal, which is 10 kilohertz square wave, and divide by 10, that is 1 kilohertz square wave. Now this 1 kilohertz square wave will be passed through a low pass filter, which will be converted into the 1 kilohertz sine wave. So if we still observe in the same window where I have connected output and input of low pass filter, so my square wave will convert to sine wave. To understand this, you can see there the 10 kilohertz signal is divided by 10, and here I am getting 1 kilohertz square wave, and after this filter, this is a low pass filter notations, I am getting 1 kilohertz sine wave, which will be used for the sampling purpose. So here is a small fundamental of low pass filter, which I would like to explain with very rough idea of spectra. So what happens usually when we convert our signal into frequency domain, when I convert a same frequency signal of square wave into frequency domain, I can see there is so many effective third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, and various components. They are the harmonics. When I see the same frequency in sinusoidal mode in the frequency domain, I can see there is a limited effective components. So this is my square wave frequency spectra. When I pass through low pass filter, that means I am allowing only the effective spectra which is equivalent to my sine wave, and so this square wave is converted into the sine wave. In time domain, we can represent this, the conversion of our square wave into this sine wave. Thank you.